welcome to the Real-Time Storytime by Robert R. Ricks. We will get this thing started pretty soon. What I need for you guys right now is just to hold tight. We need to allow people to show up because this show is nothing without the viewers. You see, I require keywords or phrases that you will give me, and I will craft a story based off these keywords. I have about 2.5 minutes to create the story, and then after I create the story, I have to see if I got all of the keywords in, at least 10 of them. We try to have at least 10 to 14 keywords, and I attempt to get all of them in, but if I can get at least 10, it's a good day. Now, I know you guys are going to have some really crazy ones. Now, I do need to warn any new viewers. The existing crew that comes here on a regular basis are filthy, nasty motherfuckers with foul language. If the language is going to be a problem, you might want to check out now, because these stories, 9 times out of 10, are extremely vulgar, sometimes violent, oftentimes very weird, and sometimes funny. Alright, we'll get this thing started pretty soon. Hang tight.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's up, Sitches? It's your boy, Robert R. Ricks. We're doing this, this is live on YouTube, but this will also end up on podcasts and things of that nature. So I'm trying to make this a little bit more ambiguous, a little bit more open. So let's see here. We've got Yak, we've got Lyra, we've got Kim. Hello. We've got Brian. And Backwoods was here briefly. He dropped off a keyword and bounced out. So he did like a key by, like he just flew by and just dropped the keyword in. So we're going to do this. I don't know if you guys had noticed, I had put out a thing on Facebook letting folks know that this stuff now also is living inside of podcast format. So there'll be podcasts that will be going out. You'll be able to find it right now on Spotify as well as iTunes. And of course, you guys are here live, so you guys are hearing it real time as far as the folks on YouTube. So the YouTube stream, we do this every Sunday. I might be branching this out to do a couple more episodes throughout the week, but pretty much guaranteed every Sunday, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, we rock and roll. So one of the things that was asked for last week that we're going to do in this story time, another contingent piece, I guess, or a situation, is this has to be kind of like $6 million man. So for those folks who are younger than us old timers. The $6 Million Man, or the Bionic Man, was kind of a cybernetically augmented person who had all kinds of adventures and stuff like that. So this particular episode is going to have that structure built into it. We've done these things in the past where somebody had asked for like a camp horror story. Actually, I think it's Brian. Brian's usually the one that throws out these conditionary pieces on a regular basis. If I recall correctly, he was the one that called out the camp horror one. He also called out the werewolf one. And then I think last week he said, hey, we should do one that's kind of like Bionic Man this next week. So, thank you, Brian, for always throwing out some really good, excellent suggestions. And then, we've got our usual suspects plus an additional person, Kim Thompson. Welcome. So this should be fun. This should be a good one. I've been looking forward to this all week. I love, Lee Majors. That's right. Kim says Lee Majors. That was the actor who played the Bionic Man. It was funny because when I was growing up, that was one of my favorite shows, and they used to have this tunnel in Universal Studios that would spin, and you'd get kind of disoriented, and there was an episode he had to walk through this thing, and he had to use all of his abilities to get in there, so it was kind of fun. All right, so the way we do this normally is there will be an audio tone that you'll hear like this.
Please submit your words now.
And then there'll be some music that goes with it, and there's a little indicator on the screen that the folks that are contributing to the show sees. At that point, they start to give me keywords. That takes a couple of minutes for us to get the words all together. Then I've got 2.5 to 3 minutes, depending on the music that I play, to kind of set the mood for the show. And then my job after that is to figure out a loose structure of the story, do a story, and try to get these phrases and keywords into the story. Ideally, get at least 10 in there. There's been a couple of episodes where I inadvertently forgot a keyword, or the most infamous one was the one from the very first episode. There was a thing, Stinky Pussy, which I think was also provided by Backwoods, and that was hilarity because my wife was sitting here and she blurted out, "You forgot that word," and it was pretty funny. But we'll go ahead and start getting some keywords in. I think like some people are kind of chomping at the bit, so let's go ahead.
Submit your words now.
All right. Bionic night vision sees. Okay. You can throw a word in too, Kim. You guys feel free to throw a couple extras in. There's only got 5 of us in here right now. Brian. So I'm going to need about... yep, go for it, Kim. It doesn't matter what the word is, just anything you want. I still need about at least 5 more. So if we can get at least another 5 in there, that would be great. Because right now we've got inverted asshole, bionic eye, night vision sees, belly button laser gun, cybergenetic apocalypse, and I'm gonna take. I'm even gonna take Brian's. I own the entire $6 Million Man TV series DVD. Love it. I'm gonna even take that and put that in as a phrase. Because I think that's fine. Even though I know that wasn't his thing, I'm going to go ahead and do that just because I think it's going to be fun. Jackalope. Where's Vixen? Is she sick right now? Not feeling good? Daisy Dukey. Daisy Dukey. That could be interesting. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told. So I'm going to have to put I told you because that's the only way that that sentence will work. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told you. Okay, cool. I just need like 3 more. We'll save 1 for Vixen. And then... that's Jake 2.0, nanotechnology enhanced. So Daisy Dukey, that's not a typo, right? That's exactly how you want it, Kim? Daisy Dukey? Just a Fullmetal Jacket, okay? Fullmetal Jacket. I just want to make sure that the Daisy Dukey is not Daisy Dukes. Multi-dimensional? Multi-dimensional, I think. Multi-dimensional. Dimensional. That's a fun word. Dimensional. Okay, got it. Oh, Lyra, you're horrible. Holographic Clown. That's a horrifying one. Okay, so we got that for Lyra. This is from Vix. This is from Kim. Bionic penis is Brian. And Daisy Dukey. Daisy Dukey is also Kim. Okay, so we've got our words. Let me go ahead and review these real quick with you guys. We have inverted asshole from Backwoods. We got bionic eye, night vision sees, ... from Brian. Belly button laser gun from Lyra. Cybergenetic apocalypse from Yak. I own the entire $6 Million Man TV series DVD. Love it, Brian. Daisy Dukey. Kim. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told you, Brian. Fullmetal Jacket, Kim. Multi-dimensional Vix. And Holographic Clown from Lyra. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do right now is we'll go ahead and turn that off. Now, every time I try to use one of these words or something else, I will give a visual indicator of this for the folks that are watching the live stream. For you folks that are listening to the iPod or, or not iPod, or the podcast or the audio version somewhere else, you're just going to have to remember inverted asshole, bionic eye, night vision sees, belly button laser gun, cybergenetic apocalypse. I own the entire $6 Million Man TV series, DVD, love it. Daisy Dukey, Bionic Penis is Dangerous, I Told You, Fullmetal Jacket, Multidimensional, and Holographic Clown. So keep an eye out for those. Now I have to basically draft up some kind of an idea, loose idea on how the story's going to go. And so you're going to hear some music starting right now. And now I have to figure some stuff out. Here we go. Alright, time's up for me. That sucks, I wasn't quite done, but that's okay. We gotta get it started. We only got a certain amount of time here. So I'm gonna put this over here. Take this earpiece out now. I don't have to actually hear that anymore. Okay, so again, the keywords are inverted asshole, bionic eye, night vision sees, belly button laser gun, cybergenetic apocalypse. I own the entire $6 Million Man TV series, DVD, love it. Daisy Dukey, Bionic Penis is Dangerous, I Told You, Fullmetal Jacket, Multidimensional, and Holographic Clown. Wow. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can get done. My nerves were rattling around inside of me like a wild cat inside of a barrel. My stomach was flipping inside and out. I had done various missions before. I had been in some of the worst hellholes on the planet, but never, ever had I been this fucking nervous in my entire life. I scratched my head. I rubbed my stomach. I popped in a couple of the antacids, hoping to calm my stomach. My friend Mark looked at me. Bro, you sure you want to do this? I nodded. Yeah, I do. You sure, man? You can always back out. You can go run right now. Nah, man. No, I'm good. I'm ready for this. Okay, it was a lot. It was a lot for us to get you out of the game, man. But the door's always open. You can come back anytime. I think I've seen enough death, enough carnage to last me a lifetime. I'm done, man. I can't do it anymore. I don't have the stomach for it. At that moment, I felt a little tugging at the bottom of my pants, and I looked down, and my corgi, Daisy, was sitting there, chawing, kind of chewing at it and pulling, trying to get my attention. She must have felt my nervousness. I reached down and petted her, and her little corgi booty shook, and I kind of chuckled. It was one of the reasons I loved having her. Every time she'd walk away from me or she'd get excited and she'd wag her tail, it was more like wagging her whole backside. It would make me laugh. Oh my God, I can't believe you still have her. Yeah, man. Why wouldn't I? She's the best dog on the planet. Dude, she shits everywhere. Well, I know, but she's still awesome. Oh, isn't that right, Daisy? Isn't that right, my little Daisy Dookie? You're the best little doggy in the world. You're the best one. She went fucking bananas, started running in little circles, wagging her little corgi booty. I looked at Mark. You know what? I feel better. I'm ready. How long until this goes down? He's like, oh, about another 15 minutes. Sounds good to me. All right, well, let's go, take a hit of a flask or something kind of... What the fuck? I glanced down at my watch. It showed me that the proximity alert in my personal study had been triggered. What the fuck? Dude, I thought you said whole upstairs has been blocked off. Yeah, it is blocked off. The only group up there is the wedding party for the bride. Well, somebody's in my fucking office, dude. He looked at me. He nodded. He went straight out the front, went over to his car. I struck straight upstairs. I had a lot of data still sitting in my personal study. Things that, if they were in the wrong hands, would be bad. Really fucking bad. I crept upstairs. Got by my front office. There was a vase there. I turned the vase slightly. There was a hidden compartment behind it in the wall. I pressed against that, pulled out my Kel-Tec shotgun. It was ready to go. Oh, fuck. Who the fuck is fucking up my wedding? I kicked the door open. There she was. The woman of my dreams. The woman who I'd gave up everything for. Changed my entire life. She looked startled, surprised to see me. You're not supposed to see the bride on the wedding day. The bride's not supposed to be going through my... I didn't finish that sentence. I saw a brilliant flash. I saw her move for the briefest of moments. There was an explosion somewhere off in the distance, but I couldn't tell what it was. I could feel the ground as I slammed against it. Darkness quickly enveloped me. I heard muffles, something else, and then everything went dark. Suddenly there was a violent light. I felt my body. I felt something. No, not my body. Something weird. I opened my eyes. No, that's not correct either. I was able to be... No, I was perceiving things in a different way. I wasn't hearing things. I wasn't seeing things. But my brain was analyzing something, and it struggled for a while. Then it started to make sense of the data. I was able to see, but it wasn't normal spectrums. I had to fight to figure out what was what. There was all sorts of colors, shapes. Then the more I concentrated, they would go away. Then I could see the room. Then I could see a small, squirrely man sitting over me, intently modifying something where my head would be. I tried to speak. Nothing came out. But I heard noises, beeps. He turned and looked at the screen. Oh, shit. You're awake. I'm almost finished, man. Just hang tight. Just hang tight, man. It's a bad thing that you went through, but we got you. We got you. Just hang tight. Just a little longer. Everything went dark again. A few more beats, time, flashes. I couldn't tell what was going on, but suddenly I could see again, and I could make out a room. I was in some kind of a laboratory. and I could see the man again, and there was about 15 other people. Now, how did I know there were 15? Half a second went by. I could see there were 15 people. There was roughly 6 women, and the rest were men. They came over to me. At least I suspected it was me. They were in close proximity to whatever I was looking with. And then I could feel some kind of a pressure. Ah, yes, that's my shoulder, I think. The man came back over to me. Hey, I'm going to give you some information. A lot of information. And I hope the brain can handle it. The man you were before, Jake, he died. Really, really died. Luckily, the head was somewhat intact, so we were able to get your brain. We also got the brain of your dog, and we also got the brain of your friend. His didn't quite turn out nearly as successful as yours. He's around, but he'll be different. The personality aspects of his brain is kind of ruined. But, considering the fact that you guys were basically shot and then blown up, it's a miracle we were able to salvage what we did. So, we're going to engage your vocal center so you can talk with us. We're also going to release the restraints on your harness, and you will be able to stand up. Please don't freak out. Don't hurt us, because the first couple times we tried this, you kind of Frankenstein monstered and lost it. I had no recollection of what he talked about. I had no recollection of ever being conscious before this. He said, but we did have one thing I wanted to show you that hopefully will show you the level of success we do have. He motioned behind me and there was a crate. I turned my head and I could see it clearly. Inside was Daisy Dookie, wagging her butt and smiling at me in her little doggy way. Just seeing her lifted my spirits immensely. But then I thought back. I thought back to Sabrina. What happened to Sabrina? Oh shit, you really don't remember that. Remember what? Man, she shot you. And then she blew the whole fucking building up. How? We don't know. We were kind of hoping you could tell us. Some of that information you had in your files you weren't supposed to have off-site. It's in play now. That's dangerous. I nodded. Okay, show me. You ready? You're not going to look the same. I expect to see something horrible. After all, they had recovered me from my brain. They held a mirror up. I looked like me. Is this a fucking joke? No. I wish it was. Understand something. The only reason you are seeing you is because that is the self-image that you are used to. You can look like anyone. Anyone. Yes. And I thought about it. And then I thought about Sabrina shooting me. As I thought about her, I noticed that my features rapidly shifted. And he's like, oh shit. And suddenly, I was looking at a reflection of Sabrina. I wanted to lash out, but I realized that wasn't her. That was me. I paused. Holy shit. Oh my God, my voice. Yeah, it covers everything. And I do mean everything. I reached down, reaching for my penis. It wasn't there. Then I thought back to my normal self, and everything shifted rapidly. And there it was. Are you fucking shitting me? Yeah, down to the anatomy. If you know enough about the subject, you will replicate everything down to a fake hip. everything. Pacemaker, doesn't matter. If you know about it and you have actually sampled the person, you will be an exact copy of them. What the fuck? So, if I really wanted to, could I put weapons on my body? He thought about it. He considered. Possibly. I said, well, what about something like a belly button laser gun? Oops. Belly button laser gun. He said, no, I don't think it would work like that. I got you. I noticed earlier with my eyes, when I looked around, I was seeing things that weren't right. Yeah, you're going to see all kinds of stuff. You can see all different spectrums. You can see infrared, you can see ultraviolet, you can see in the dark. You're kind of like Riddick. I mean, you're like seriously the shit. There's nothing that normal science or military hardware has that's similar to you. I mean, you remember that old show, $6 Million Man? Psh, remember it? Dude, I have the entire $6 Million Man TV series. DVD. Love it. Well, put it this way. You put that shit to fucking shame. I mean, the amount of money that was invested in you is probably closer to $6 trillion. I was taken aback. $6 trillion? Yeah, bro. This shit ain't cheap, and this shit is fucking crazy. And you, my friend, and your little dog there are the next evolution of military hardware and espionage. You are the shit. Wow. I paused. Why me? Well, we have a little bit of a situation. Obviously, you see the tech that's in you. We are not the only one. There is a bunch of weird shit going on from a cybernetic point of view. And there's a lot of people upstairs that are afraid that we're going to end up having this cybergenetic apocalypse of some sort if we don't nip this shit in the bud. We need to find all the players. We need to find out what's going on. And we need to take them out. We can't all be running around with you. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. Jesus. I could be a really sick fucking assassin, couldn't I? Yeah. Understand something, though. Sir, this has a price. I nodded. And what is this price? Well, let's put it this way. You know how you wanted to get out of game before because you didn't have a stomach for it? Yeah, that's what I told Mark right before. Yeah, we listened to everything. We let you go, but you weren't out the game. You're in hard now. I nodded. This makes sense. Okay, so what's the game plan? Well, after your ex, and we're going to call her that, blew you up, she had access to your data, and we had a message came to us, directly to us, via our own encrypted lines. Holy shit. Show it to me. He goes, okay. He brought over a plate, laid it in front of me. It had a circular depression in the center of it, had 2 buttons on it. He pressed a button. A holographic clown suddenly appeared in the viewfinder. And I said, is this a fucking joke? Is that an actual fucking clown? He goes, yeah, it gets better. Well, as you see, we have the data. We know the inner workings of your network, and we have compromised it. And even more so, we now have access to your nanotech. That was the missing piece of what we needed. We will be in contact shortly, and when we do, you will know, and you will fear us. And it went dead. What the fuck was it? Is that some fucking ass clown that has some kind of a fucking Joker fetish? What's with the whole clown thing? We don't know. He's not on any of our databases. Nobody knows anything about him. I nodded. I stood, leaned forward, took a step, and suddenly pain racked me. It felt like somebody had raped me. I felt like an inverted asshole. This doesn't feel good. He goes, hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Gotta do an adjustment. He made a couple of steps. He turned some bolts behind me, went to his terminal, put in some codes. Suddenly I felt an adrenaline rush. Whoa, what the fuck did you just do? I just flooded the system, bumped it up a little bit. Sometimes the nanites, they need a little bit to kind of acclimate with the subject. You know, you're only our second successful melding of these tech with human flesh. So this is actual skin? Kinda. It's kind of artificial skin, but it is skin. You can cut, you can bleed. You have nerve endings, so you can feel pain. If you want to shut off your pain receptors, you can, but we don't recommend that because shutting off your pain receptors could be, I don't know. You could trip, fall, cut yourself, and not be aware of it, so leave it on. How do I do that? You just will it. I don't understand. What do you mean will it? You just will it. Like you just think, I don't want to hurt, and it stops hurting. No fucking way. It's that easy? Yeah, watch. He took out a scalpel, handed it to me. Small cut, please. Don't overtax the nanites. They can heal, but there is a limit to the amount they can heal. You take too much damage, it's going to take them a while, and that will leave you vulnerable. And we can't have you being vulnerable. In fact, I was going to save this till after the briefing, but since we're on the subject, if your body takes too much damage, and there is a chance that you can be compromised and captured, you will disintegrate. Wait, what? Yeah, we can't have this tech falling in the wrong hands. So, you can't get caught. Seriously. If you get caught, and the system understands that you've been caught, and it's not part of a plan or something that you communicate effectively and clearly, or if you tell us that's the plan, and the system is executing and you're doing the plan, but the plan goes sideways, you'll disintegrate. Are you fucking serious? Yep. Okay, how will I know? Well, when you look with your eye, your bionic eye night vision will see a flashing symbol, okay? And here, this is the symbol. So he went to the terminal, patched it in, and the symbol started flashing in my eye. Oh shit, that's not ominous at all. Yeah. When you see that thing flash, you basically have 30 seconds to get out of whatever situation you're in. If you don't, and the time elapses, you disintegrate. Starting with your brain, and then the nanites throughout your entire body will also self-destruct. Shit. Fucking no pressure. Exactly. Especially considering all the fucking money that went into your ass. So don't get caught slipping. Now, as I was saying, go ahead and take that scalpel. Slide it gently on your finger, please. But before you do, tell yourself you don't want to feel pain. Okay. I don't want to feel pain. And I slid it across the tip of my finger, and I felt nothing. No pain, no pressure, nothing. It bled for half a second, and I was like, what the shit? The blood started to flow, but then it stopped, and it pulled back in, and the wound healed up. Wait a minute, so the blood's not real? Nope, blood's nanites. Your entire body, except for your brain, is nanites. But, you know, there's advantages to that, obviously. Okay, I want to feel everything again. He leaned in close. You know, you have a bionic penis. And with that bionic penis, you could also increase the pleasure sensations. That could be fun. Are you serious? Yeah, dude. Plus, whatever the nanites come out of you and go somewhere else, you can control and understand what they are sensing and doing. So, let's say you've got a special little honey that you're working over to get some information, and you better. Well, if you're not busting a Jim and you're raw dogging, I looked at him squarely. Are you fucking saying what I think you're saying? So that can be a plant? Yeah, good pun there. But yeah, you could plant some stuff in her and be able to track her. Holy fuck. Anything else I need to know? Yeah. So, what your body can also do with the nanites, you can harden up your skin. Your external epidermis can be as hard as ballistic armor. It's rated up to a lot of different ballistics. You can go Fullmetal Jacket. You could do all kinds of different rounds against you from up to 50. You can't handle a 50 cal shot, but M16, etc. You can handle multiple shots, and that would allow you to survive the encounter there. Okay, I think I get it. So we got the fucking crazy clown. We have this potential cyber warfare bullshit you're talking about, and my dog is good. I assume there's a reason you brought my fucking dog back. Oh yeah. Check this shit out. This is fucking crazy. Watch this. Call her to you. Let her out of the crate. Fuck the crate. Just call her to you. Watch what happens. Okay. Here, Daisy. Come on, Daisy. Come here. Daisy jumped forward, and her body slid through the gratings of the crate. She didn't break it. She just slid through it, as if she were made out of liquid. Wait a minute. But her brain. Oh, her brain is mostly nanites now, and it can shift and move also. But that's not everything. She's still there. We were able to get that bond between you and her intact. So that was key to keeping her alive, was the fact that she loved you, and that dog wanted desperately to protect you. And so we used that energy from her, that essence, and she's down. Well, can I talk to her? Like, she has nanites, I have nanites. Does that mean she has some more tech to let me communicate with her? Oh, it gets better than that. Watch this. Daisy, go outside, go through the door, and hide outside and wait. She nodded, her eyes flashed, she jumped down, ran towards the door. There's her cute little corgi buck, wagging as she went. And suddenly she went as flat as a paper, slid under the door, was on the other side, and disappeared from sight. Did I just see that correctly? Dude, what part of she's almost entirely nanites are you not following? Yeah, she could pretty much get fucking anywhere she wants. Whoa. Now watch this. You love her, right? That's your dog. You love your dog, right? Yeah. Picture your dog right now in your head. Okay. I did. Suddenly, I was looking through her eyes. I could see everything she was seeing. Oh, that is the coolest thing ever. Yeah. And you know what else? This one is some really mind-bending shit here. Okay. He tapped his console. He pushed a couple of buttons there. Hold on to your fucking ass hats. This is going to be crazy. Suddenly, I was looking and I was seeing nebulous clouds, different shimmering shapes, things that looked queer and weird. Your system is glitching, bro. There's all kinds of shit, and I think I see a fucking octopus. Oh, no. You're seeing correctly. What am I looking at? She just shifted into another dimension. Wait, what? Yeah, she shifted into a different dimension. What are you talking about? Bro, there's all kinds of different dimensions. There's different things, different rules that affect to govern those laws and things of that nature. She is also a multi-dimensional dog. She can go into different dimensions and do things and retrieve things for you. What? Huh? Okay, let me put it a different way. Sometimes in those other dimensions, time is a little bit different. So, if you get hurt and she's nearby, she can latch onto you, shift into a different dimension, kind of off phase from ours, where time is different. You can spend 5 hours in another dimension and only 5 minutes has passed here. You get what we're saying? Holy shit, that's the ultimate retreat. I can retreat back, recover, figure things out, and then come back, and time is on my side. But it kind of sucks if it was the other way around, like if I wanted to wait somebody out. Yeah, there's different things. You're going to have to experiment with some of that. That's new for us. That we just stumbled on. Actually, when she first phased out, it was by accident. And we were like, fuck, we just lost this pup. And then she phased back, and we're like, wait a minute, where was she? So this is uncharted territory, and we are tracking all of her data. Holy shit. Okay, I get it. All right, so what's the mission right now? Well, the mission right now is you need to find out where your fucking ex is at. You need to go handle some business. Okay, well, I'm all game. I'm all ears. What do you guys, what do you guys think is the best course of action? Well, think about it, genius. Who knew her and who knew you? Did you guys have mutual friends? We tracked everything that we could find in our records, but maybe there was something she slipped up on. I thought about it. I came to a blank. I don't know. I thought I knew her. I thought she was everything. I started to get a little emotional. He looked at me, right in my eyes. Bro, seriously? The brain's still there, but you don't have a heart. So, it's time for you to nut up and be a heartless motherfucker and handle some fucking business. I nodded. Okay, I could do this. Okay. I do think I know one person, but, now that I think about it, she's probably working with her. You know where she's at? I have a pretty good idea. I'm gonna have to bring the dog with me. Yeah, it's your fucking dog, dude. You do what you want. Daisy, come. She came. Instantly, she was by my side. I pet her. It felt good to pet her. I don't know why, but it was very calming, and it brought this whole surreal situation back to a sense of normalcy. All right, Daisy, let's go find out who fucked us up, and let's get some fucking payback. She barked, turned a couple times, wagging her corgi booty, and we started out. Oh, one more thing here. He handed me a briefcase, inside with clothing items, weapons, and an earpiece. You don't really need the earpiece. We can communicate with the nanites, but that's going to be a lot less taxing on them, and they do need to charge up. So the best way to charge them up is to stand out in the sun for about 30 minutes. So they're solar-based. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Sounds good. So me and Daisy walked outside. After I got dressed quickly, I went outside. There was a car waiting for me. There was a driver. Big monster of a man. He nodded at me.
Hell, sir. Where are we going?
We're going to go downtown. Financial district. There's a woman that does investment, brokerage, things of that nature. I need to go see her. He nodded. I got in the car, rode down. On the way down, I considered everything that had happened to me. And I looked at Daisy. Well, Daisy, what else can you do? Can you go invisible, maybe? She kind of tilted her head, barked once, and suddenly she phased out. I couldn't see her. I petted her. I could feel her. I couldn't see her. Wow, that's neat. What else can you do? She hopped up, and as she did, she shrunk in size and landed in the palm of my hand, and I couldn't help but smile. It was the most cutest thing I had ever seen in my life. I thought, oh my God, Sabrina. And then I caught myself. That fucking whore. She fucking shot me in the face. Oh. Daisy jumped out of my hand, tilted her head, could feel my pain. She licked my hand. I smiled at her. It's okay, girl. We'll get payback. Don't you worry. We got over to the building. I went in. The doorman looked at me for a second, thought about stopping me, asking me a question, considered it after seeing the intent look in my eyes, and suddenly started studying the ground in front of him. I walked in, realized, shit, me looking like me could be bad. So I shifted. I looked similar to an amalgamation of the doorman, one of the guards in front of me, as well as the tech, who I realized I didn't know his name, back in the office. I looked in the mirror as I walked. I was kind of ugly, but it didn't matter. I continued forward, got to the elevator, went to the top floor, got out, and there she was, Natasha. I walked up to her. She was like, hi, can I help you? Do you have an appointment? No, I don't actually. I'm here from a referral from a good friend of mine. Oh, really? Who might that be? His name is Jake Jackson. Her eyes looked down. She had a dark look on her face. Oh, you know he passed recently, don't you? I shook my head. I faked shock. He did? That's horrible. Holy shit, I just talked to him like a month ago. He referred your service to me when we were talking on a plane. Yeah, he passed. Oh. Well, I'm sorry. Condolences. He was supposed to get married, right? Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to marry one of my friends. Oh, wow, that's horrible. Oh, man. Well, I feel kind of awkward. I really don't know, man. It was at that moment I could hear the tech in my head. Hey, by the way, are you trying to bed that, honey? And I was like, how can I respond? Oh, yeah, I can hear you. I hear you loud and clear. How can you respond? You just think. I hear you. The nanites are transcribing everything that you're thinking, feeling, everything. Comes back as data, but we can interpret it. You might want to come in physical contact with her. And when you do, make sure the palm is against flesh. The nanites will do the rest. She will not be able to resist you. Trust me. What? Oh, and one more thing. When you are, doing whatever it is you're planning on doing, be very careful. Your little equipment can be dangerous. Okay. Understood. So, I looked back at her and she looked puzzled, like she didn't want to interrupt me. It appeared to have been lost in thought. I looked back at her. I reached out my hand slowly and said, listen, I really need help. And I grabbed her arm gently and realized I had her sleeve. I slid my hand down just to grab her hand as if I was going to lead her to the side to ask her something in private. My palm rested against the back of her hand and I could feel her pulse. Suddenly, I was thinking about arousal. I was thinking, she wants me. And I could feel a heat transfer from my palm to the back of her hand as I leaned in close to her and I pulled her to me and said, listen, I have an urgent situation. I told you were the best. Her eyes stared at mine. I could see her pupils dilate. Her lips parted. She took a deep breath, overwhelmed with sudden passion, urge. She couldn't understand why. It wasn't like I was a very handsome man in that appearance. Maybe we could talk about this in my office? She suggested. I let her lead me. We went into her office. She closed the door quickly, locked it. She came towards me, pulled the slides of the blinds down. I'm not usually this forward, but are you married by any chance? I shook my head. No, I'm not. And I have to admit, I have had nothing but impure thoughts about you since I saw you. She winked at me and smiled. I kind of know what you mean. I pulled her to me, and with passion that she had not felt before, began to kiss her. Before I knew it, we were making love on her table. Oh my God, you are a smooth fucking criminal. Look at you. What the fuck is your game plan now? She probably knows where Sabrina is. I want to use your plant. Oh, okay. Now remember, I went ahead and proceeded to do what I normally did, and without thinking allowed the passion to flow through me. There were consequences. Some of the nanites came out a little too violently. As I orgasmed, climaxed with her, she felt pain, which ended the mood instantly. And she jumped away. Ow, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I could see little driplets of blood on the floor. I'm so sorry, I could hear in my head. Dude, I told you. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told you. Jesus Christ, why don't you fuckers ever listen to me? Okay, luckily, the plants are inside. They didn't come out with the blood. You'll be able to track, no problem. Okay. I apologized to her. I'm sorry, it's been some time. I don't know what happened. She nodded. It's okay. I need to clean up. I said, okay. I will come back. I will come back. I left. I went downstairs, got in the car. My driver waited.
Was it successful, sir?
You could say that, I guess. I looked at Daisy. Daisy sniffed a couple of times, tilted her head and looked at me. Kind of, almost with eyes of like, seriously, dude? And I chuckled. You know, I took one for the team. Okay, Daisy, just relax. Sure enough, the tech was right. I could sense the nanites. I could feel them, even from outside the building. I knew where she was. Wow, this is amazing. I called in. I waited. I got the directory. I got her on the phone. I used my normal voice. She said, hello. I said, hey, I'm looking for Sabrina. She paused. Jake? Yeah. How? I'm a fucking ghost. I need to find Sabrina. Do you know where she's at? No. And then she hung the phone up. I could feel her moving. She was moving quickly. I smiled. What are you doing, sir? I spooked a rabbit. Let's see what happens. I waited. She came out, and I saw her get in the car, and she drove. Can you follow her without being detected?
Does a bear take a shit in the woods?
He drove. He was way far back. And then I realized, shit, he didn't need to actually follow her. I knew where she was at. And then I noted he was back 15 cars. And even if she turned and turned and turned, he somehow knew also where she was. Hey, tech boy, I thought in my head. Uh-huh. All you motherfuckers have access to the shit, including the driver, huh? Yep. Well, thank you for your honesty. So what's your game plan? Well, my game plan is to go and find my ex, ask her some questions, and then, play it by ear. Okay. Well, no matter what, we need the information she has. Okay. Understood. Followed for a little while. Ended up in the woods. Deep in the woods. Where the fuck is this dude going? This girl going. Finally, she stopped. I see it. I told the driver, stop. I'm going in stealth mode. I got out of the car. Hey, tech boy. Yeah. I noticed earlier Daisy could shift light. Can I do the same thing? Oh, yeah. Camouflage? Fucking A. Better than a fucking predator. Okay. So I shifted the light around me, looked down at my hands, noticed I could barely see an outline, but I was indeed invisible. I walked forward, took out my pistol, made sure it was off safety. Walked forward. Daisy was nearby. I closed my eyes. Tech boy, can I communicate with Daisy the same as you? Affirmative. All you have to do is just think it, she'll do it. Good. Daisy, scout ahead. Tell me if you sense anybody else other than the woman. Daisy nodded, went forward. She phased as well. I was like, okay, let's see what we can see. I got in position, front of the house. Daisy had covered the whole entire house twice over. Came back, nodded at me. I could see everything that she had seen. Nice. We looked. There were surveillance. There was tripwires. There were all kinds of countermeasures in place. We navigated them like they were nothing. I got to the front door, and I just waited. Daisy stepped up. She looked at the door. She looked through the door. She could see two people inside, having a conversation. Daisy tilted her head. Suddenly, I could hear everything she could hear. Holy fuck, this is awesome. Sabrina was having a conversation. I knew it was her. I could hear her voice. It was stupid of you coming here. What was I supposed to do? I thought he was fucking dead. How is it I could hear him? Hello? They have technology that can make voice sound like it's the person. You could read a script. It was probably meant to spook you just to make you do exactly what you fucking did, you idiot. You showed up here. Well, it's not like anybody followed me. I had my sensors on and everything. There was no cars for at least a quarter mile away. She nodded. Anything else interesting happen? The lady looked a little ashamed. I could see her tilt her head. I could see her body temperature was rising. Well, I did have a stranger come right beforehand. Come? The girl realized she had made a joke inadvertently without even realizing it was a joke. I had a visitor. At that moment, I decided I'm done. I'm done fucking around. I kicked the door open. I popped the lady in the head. She dropped. I had Sabrina dead to rights. Walked up. Pistol trained on her. Right in her ocular cavity. Hey, honey. Good to see you. I phased back into visibility mode. She looked at me, her eyes wide. How do you have the tech? I said, I got it. She goes, look, I just want to say I shot her. Right then. Right in her fucking face. I blew her face apart. Her bottom jaw obliterated. I wondered, what the fuck round was that? The tech screamed, dude, you just shot her with a 50 round in her jaw. Yeah. I severed her fucking spinal cord. Her brain's intact. You fucking geese can come and collect her brain and do whatever you gotta do. Mission accomplished. Okay, that's where we're gonna end that one. Boom. And that's perfect because we went 1 minute past the hour. So we actually did a nice, full, long story. Got the keywords in there and everything else. Let me make sure I got inverted asshole, bionic eye, night vision sees, belly button laser gun, cybergenetic apocalypse. I own the entire $6 Million Man TV series, DVD, love it. Daisy Dukey, multiple times. Bionic penis is dangerous, I told you. Fullmetal Jacket, multidimensional, and holographic clown. Boom. All right, so we got it all in there. That was a little bit tough on some of it, and it really kind of pushed some of it, but it also allowed for a lot of interesting pieces, I think. So that was fun. So this will be a good one. It will go up on the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to this. When you guys are watching it, you can actually, the only difference between watching this real time and hearing it is the obviously you get to see the chat and you get to see these keywords used flashed. I had thought about putting audible tones in addition to that, but they're just way too distracting, so I decided against it. But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to figure out a title for this story. I'll do a thumbnail for it, and anytime that you guys want to go and see any of these real-time story times, there's actually a dedicated website that has all of the YouTube clips on it, so you don't have to go searching on YouTube or anything. You just go to realtimestorytime.com. And then also for you guys that are on Spotify or anything else, as the podcasts get updated, that just adds to the overall story. So this one was a good one. I definitely plan on continuing the adventures of Jake Jackson and Daisy Dukey, the cyber corgi. I think this is going to be a fun series, and so it's kind of like Terminator meets $6 Million Man meets Beastmaster meets there's probably another thing that can be connected into it, but it's going to be fun. So this will be good. Yep, realtimestorytime.com. That's exactly right. realtimestorytime.com, all one word. So that's it for this episode. We will be doing this again next week, and I'm trying to figure it out and fit in a schedule where I can start to do this stuff like a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday schedule, and go from there. The new story, 3 Simple Rules, is out now. It's on lulu.com. It's going to take a while before it filters out to Amazon and everything else, but that's a novella. That one is done. Lyra helped me edit it, and that was fun. That's funny. I got a dog named Daisy too. That's really hilarious, actually. I've got a Coton du Toulier. It's a little cotton dog, one of those little ones that dances and stuff like that. And her name's Daisy. So that actually was kind of funny that you said Daisy Dookie, because I was like, yeah, I didn't have a name for the dog, but now I got one. So it worked out pretty well. And so that's going to be it for now. If you guys like this, please like it. If you feel like sharing it, that helps to grow people's awareness of this. As far as I know, I'm the only one. I looked on YouTube. I couldn't find anybody else that was doing this, but I'm the only one that takes like keywords, phrases, things of that nature, and try to throw it into a story real time. So it's a really fun challenge. I really enjoy it, and sometimes the stories flow like this one, and sometimes I struggle a little bit, but usually it's always fun. So anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed that. We're gonna go ahead now and end the stream. So there'll be a little bit of an exit, once everything shifts. You'll see some of the swag and stuff we have. So on tacticalgeek.com, there's going to be t-shirts, things of that nature available, all kinds of fun stuff. And now that I have this particular story, my son loves corgis, so I'm definitely going to be doing something with corgis and this stuff. And I think having a story with really lovable characters and kick-ass is going to make it very interesting. So thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.